Hello, welcome to September 13th, 2022. My name is Kurt, and this is a video that I make every morning called the Good Life Meditation. I go over my life objectives and principles, and I see how I did applying them to the last 24 hours, and I plan for the upcoming 24 hours. First, last night and yesterday, another terrific night of sleep. This is just becoming a routine now. And I even forgot to take my melatonin last night. That's 2 nights in a row I forgot to take it. So something seems to have changed. And I can attribute it to the melatonin if I take it, but if I don't take it and I still sleep, what does that say? So that's good. I know that one thing has changed. I seem to be, if I take the application of the good life and Stoic principles seriously in my life, I've taken it to seemingly another level, if not of understanding, at least of application. I'm being far more deliberate than I ever have been before throughout the day in my regulating my expectations and emotions. Doesn't mean that things are easy. The days are still very difficult. Yesterday was a terrifically difficult day. Very hard work, challenging, physically exhausting. I have not felt so spent by the end of the day yesterday. Not a lot of stress, though. That's the thing. Hard work, but not stress. I took a peek at my retirement calculator too. That and I was encouraged by that. Anyway, different thing. That didn't relieve my exhaustion though. And Yumiko was exhausted too. The reason I brought that up was for her. I'm eager for her to be able to quit her job. Anyway, other than that, how did I do yesterday? Hard day. Managed myself pretty well. I think I had pretty successful and stoic day. I've never said anything like that before. A successful stoic day. It was, though. Let's do the good life. My 7 objectives are as follows. To be always ready to die. To have my life square and ready. To drop out if I need to. Not if I drop it if I need to, but that too, right? I mean, suicide, that's one thing that the Stoic tradition teaches, is that suicide is an option. It's hard to even talk about it because it sounds like the kind of thing that you're not supposed to talk about. You're certainly not supposed to talk about it in a philosophical sense like that, especially because the way the Stoics look at it, they make it as an easy out. And I'm not thinking about that in any regard. Why did I bring it up? Oh yeah, being always ready to die. But that's part of it too, right? Having life's affairs and orders. And the Stoic would say, for example, what would you? So if you get a meal tomorrow, then you're fine. If you don't get a meal tomorrow, then you'll die, and what's the big deal? I mean, you won't die after a day, but you get the idea. It's a principle. And then somebody like Seneca, in his epistles, over and over describes, if you reach a point where there's nowhere other further way to go, well, there's always the wrists in your knife, right? It's a very cavalier, ow, my surgery hurts a little bit, but it seems to be healing well. But it's a good point, right? Things can only get so bad before you can just take your out. We moderns rebel and throw up protest at that very idea. No! I don't even want to talk about it. I was going to tell a story. I was going to tell about somebody that I know, or maybe knew, but I won't. I'm just not comfortable enough talking about suicide. She might have committed suicide. And Oh, it's just too hard to talk about. Yeah, I won't go there. Maybe one day I'll be strong enough to talk about that, as maybe one day I can be strong enough to deal with the topic of suicide in as forthright a manner as Seneca. I'm not there yet. And maybe that's a good thing. Because the last thing I want to do is encourage anybody else towards that end. You know, if I'm sitting around here waving fictitious knives at my wrists, saying, well, you know, if it gets bad enough, just slit your wrists and be done with it. And what if somebody does that? Because, and my video had some contribution to that. I'm not ready for that. I don't want to be that guy. Seneca seemed to be all right with that. Leave it to him. He did it enough. They can find that sentiment there. I don't think I want to be that guy. Yet, and this is the last thing I'll say, yet there is something to that idea. It does something. It's like, and I've used it several times in the past. I'm not suicidal, but I have been in circumstances where things got really, really bad. Like at my last job, things got really, really bad, and I thought, well, you know, you could always, keep in mind Seneca's thoughts on this, Kurt, and it did. It kind of lifts the burden off. I'll stop there. Again, I'm not suicidal. I'm not thinking about that. I have no intention of dying. The only thing that would cause me to and here I said I'd stop, but I won't. The only thing that would cause me to commit suicide is, for example, if I had a terminal illness that was going to be really bad and painful and was going to be very costly to my family, was going to drain our finances and take us to the edge, and I was going to be in intolerable pain, then I would probably off myself to save everybody the trouble of suffering all of that, including myself. But that's the only reason I would do it. Even if life gets hard, I'd like to suffer through that, except unless it was that kind of a futile, useless hardness that just leaves everybody broken, busted, right? Screw that. Okay. Although there is some dignity and some interesting example in bearing suffering well. I don't think I want to suffer that way. I spent a lot of time on this one topic, so be always ready to die. Have your affairs, your finances, and your family in good order, and your life's work. Yeah, and I think I have all of those. Next is to be. Objective number 2 is to make a good and effective use of my time, to not waste my days. 3 is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4 is to cultivate good emotional reactions. Boy, I've really gotten that one locked in. It's really hard for anything to unsettle me anymore. Or I can be unsettled, but it doesn't show. I was unsettled. There's 2 ways to go with unsettled. You can be unsettled in an upset way, and you can be unsettled in a giddy way, right? And I was unsettled in a giddy way on Sunday. I think Sunday it was, when Yumiko and I toured that house in Harbor City. I was pretty excited about it. Now, Yumiko, after we had left the place, Yumiko had commented that, Kurt, that might have been a good place when we were in our 20s. It's really cute. It's by the ocean. It's I thought it was kind of nice, and Yumiko thought so too. But it's small and a little bit. It's just not. It's more decade of the 20s than the 50s. But so we decided not to go for it. The owner told us that it was actually the owner that showed us the place. He suggested that if we were interested, that we apply right away. That he had another application already in, and so we told him we were going. I told him we were going to do that. I shouldn't have done that. See, I got giddy. This is what I'm not good emotion. So good emotional. Is that what it is? Yeah, good emotional reactions. I should have stayed a little more mellow. I should have stayed sober, and then talk to Yumiko about it. So I was like, yeah, let's do this, right, Yumiko, right? Yeah, and put Yumiko in an awkward position. Bad me. That's the point of what I'm trying to say. I shouldn't have done that. So I let my emotions go the other direction. But anyway, just as a side anecdote, so we told them that I told them that we'd probably apply. And then later we decided not to, after discussion as a couple, and I let them know. And they responded back and they were like, well, are you sure you don't want to play? How about if we give you a discount? So And then so well, we want to see Yumiko and I want to see another place this coming Saturday. I talked to her and I said, because they offered a really nice discount, and this is a place that said like over 150 inquiries. Um, Yumiko and I are really favorable candidates. I mean, and I've known that. I mean, we've always gotten every place we've ever applied for. Um, just like I've always, no, I won't say that. That's bragging. Um, So they offered. They were, well, how about really? You don't want to? Well, even though they have another offer on the table, they're like we'll offer you a discount. So anyway, we told them we want to give it till next Saturday because we're going to go see another place on Saturday. Anyway, I'm totally off topic. Back. I'm running out of time. I gotta go fast because I am running out of time. Okay, so then the next one is to cultivate good emotion reactions. I did that, and then to perform good actions, then to recognize true limits and true opportunities, and then just to do one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. Blah. Now I'm not doing, as I speak fast, I'm not doing it slowly and deliberately. Let's see if I can tone it down, but I do have to go quicker because I am running out of time. Next is my 32 principles, and I'm just going to do the lightning round. War, reason, homunculus, Anchorhold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, pirate ride, nature, maturity, social principle, public speaking, distraction, agency and the great indifference. Uh-huh. Yeah, I got off track. Social principle, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be borne, Stoic cheating, the Feast of Offal, the principle of distraction, there we go, agency and the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the Restless Man, the Path of Wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, the season of philosophy, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. What a cheater I am. Oh well. Cheater. Okay, so now let's plan for the day. Finish this, go over, read my Bible, my Ezekiel, then I'll take the dogs, I'll feed the dogs, walk the dogs, and then put on my clothes and get to work. Got a big day ahead of me. A lot to do today again. I can do it. Let's do it. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. Cheater.